Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Kay Bells. Thank you so much for tuning in to KayMarieFashion. So, hopefully, there's not an echo while I'm talking. I'm still trying to figure it all out. Okay, I can hear a little bit of an echo. But let me know in the comments if you can hear me echoing. I don't really plan on talking much during the stream. I just want to let you know what I'm going to be making. So, I'm going to make a granny stitch bucket hat. I'm making these for the fall, and I'm going to sell them during the summer at craft fairs. Now this one I didn't actually finish. The ends aren't weaved. This is a not for sale hat. It's just a prototype to show how the pattern is supposed to come out, and when I have my craft table, people can have an idea of how it's going to look on the head. So I'm going to be using black, white, and purple acrylic yarn, and I'm going to use a 4.5 millimeter crochet hook. I also have my handy yarn needle because I'm going to have to weave in my ends. And I have one of those nifty gadgets from TikTok that like hold your yarn for you as you crochet. Show it on this camera as well. It's a little peacock. I got it from my local yarn specialty shop. So the pattern that I'm using to make this granny stitch bucket hat is an original pattern. And I have quite the yarn stash. I wanted to raid Joann's during her last days to get more yarn, but I couldn't even justify any expenses because I already have so much yarn and no inventory for the store. So my goal is to deplete my yarn stash so that I can be much more justified about spending my hard-earned dollars at the specialty yarn shops I'm going to have to buy from now on. So I'm going to challenge myself to make as many granny stitch purple, black, and white bucket hats as I can with my current yarn stash. And once I'm done, I'm going to move on to my next project. So if you want to see what that is and how many hats I can make, definitely subscribe. So the challenge is how many hats can I make from my yarn stash? And we've got the granny stitch bucket hat counter up. We're on hat number 1. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. So, as you can see, my light died. I have to get a better quality light. It's a little battery powered thing and it doesn't last more than 20 minutes. And I don't really think it's fair to end the stream now because I haven't really gotten very far in the project. Oh, it will let me turn it back on. Let's see. The light is very helpful, but I may just have to buy a different one because it doesn't last very long. So I had to unravel my project a little bit because I noticed a mistake, and I'm a perfectionist. So my mistake was that instead of crocheting in the opening, I was crocheting like a stitch too soon. So I see now that I have to slip stitch over to the opening so I don't make that mistake again. So 1 slip stitch, 2 slip stitch, and I'm doing a standing double crochet to start the row because I think that works best for this hat pattern to not make a visible seam. So these are the problems you encounter when you don't crochet a pattern for a while. I think I need to take some time to make a chart and just really write out word for word, step by step, the pattern. I do have all the symbols and some description written down, but I just need to, make a PDF version of that for myself so that when I pick this project back up, I don't have any questions, and I can just slip right back into the flow. Yeah. Please excuse the feedback. I'm trying to turn off. Okay, we have completed our first, I guess, medallion, the first piece of the crown. So let me just show you the top of our hat. And this is what we made. Boom. So this is the very tippy top crown. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 out of 5 stripes, not including the trim. So I wanted to share an idea that I thought of as I was crocheting, which is in the future we may need to take a break to bake some cakes. Yarn cakes, that is. I have an awesome electronic yarn spinner. I also have an unboxing video for it that I would love to release for anybody who would like to see it or is interested in purchasing it. I definitely recommend it, and I'm not it's not sponsored. Like it was actually a gift to me from my boyfriend's mom, but I really like it, and I recommend it. Okay, it's really difficult to work with this black yarn without the light, because my phone is casting a shadow onto my hands, and it's just a little harder to see what I'm doing. But it took us, oh my gosh, it took me 30 minutes to crochet 3 rows. I'm not going to make light of this. Starting this hat is the hardest part because I start with a magic circle and I do a standing double crochet inside the magic circle. So instead of starting from a stable slip knot, it's very slippery in the magic circle. And it's sometimes just as hard to form a standing double crochet as well. So starting this hat is definitely the hardest part, but also starting crochet projects is the most fun for me. Like once I get to that midpoint, I gotta find some steam. I don't know, because I think I get a lot of excitement from starting a new project, but not nearly as much for finishing a project. Like it is a fight for me to do the trim of the hat. That is just always the hardest part for me. But technically, in terms of technical crochet ability, it's probably the easiest because it's single crochets all around. I mean, I really like the granny stitch. It's a pretty and substantial lace stitch. It's warm. It can be for any season, and you can make so many different things with it. I'm trying to put it in my phone camera so you can see. Yeah, it's a really pretty stitch, and it's very popular. I can't wait to show you the lookbook I made, featuring a few spring stitches that have caught my eye. And I also have some accessories ideas of things to wear for this upcoming fall. I know it seems so odd to talk about fall fashion in the spring, especially when people are, getting excited for their swimsuits. But when you're a crochet designer or into fashion, you have to plan for a season ahead. And as someone who makes handmade items, I need time to actually make my stuff. So that's why my mind is there. Also, I feel fall is one of the most fun seasons for fashion because you can wear warm, cool, cold, hot. You can do layers. Some of the cutest pieces are for fall. So up next, I've got my white, and I'm just going to continue making the crown of my hat. I just need to call attention to, see how quickly the yarn tangles. All I did was pull it from the skein and I had it on my lap, and the loops just got too involved with each other. It's ridiculous. But also, while I was crocheting, I was thinking next time I have a portable battery pack, so I may try to hook that up to my light and see if that'll keep it alive during my next stream. Otherwise, I think I'll just have to put a flashlight on my head. I think I have a head or forehead flashlight somewhere in the house. So it's looking like we'll be able to finish the crown during this stream, which is approximately a third of the hat, which is pretty good. I'm curious to see how much faster I can crochet. Thank you to everybody who's tuned in and enjoys my content. I plan to do more with you and continue crocheting with you consistently. Okay, so we have finished this row. My goal is to finish with the white during this stream, and I'm not sure where I'll pick up for the next one. Hopefully we'll be on hat number 2 by the next one. I had so much fun crocheting on this stream. I was so stressed out last week, so it's been a goal of mine to just sit down and crochet. Whenever you're stressed, definitely make it a point to do something you enjoy. Don't let the anxiety and negativity of a situation or a temporary circumstance prevent you from enjoying life. I find it's very often we put tangibles in front of like self-care. Quality of life is important. Life is too short, and some things require a lot of energy, some things require a little bit of energy. And it's important to be mindful of how you're distributing your energy. Not to get all spiritual and metaphysical, but it has just been so fun just sitting here and crocheting. And I'm really looking forward to doing this again. Every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m., let's crochet along. Bring your own patterns, bring your work in progress. Make it a goal to clear out your yarn stash. I find it's very common that a lot of people have a lot of works in progress. Somehow I was not contaminated with that disease. I just have a lot of yarn, so I'd like to make more things and make a video of all the things I made in 2025. And also, I just so want to sell more things from my store. I've only sold one thing, and it was a custom order. I forgot what that's called. I guess it was like commission. It's on commission. I'm never making that again. It was a puzzle piece scarf for autism awareness. I am willing to make other autism awareness items, but that scarf was very time consuming and it was very challenging for me to figure out how to make it. Now I know more about tapestry crochet, so a second go round would not be nearly as difficult. I'm still willing to make things on commission, of course, especially if I like the idea. Right now my focus is to make more inventory of my original pattern that I'm crocheting right now. And I'm curious to see what items that I come up with that other people will want to buy. My store is still so in the early stages that I have a lot of ideas of what I want to make. However, I don't have as much clarity on what people will want to buy from me. So I'm hoping to discover that this summer as I put some products on my table. Definite dream of mine is to have a store at the mall. Oh my goodness. When I was a kid, I could not wait to turn 16 so I could work at the mall. Remember that show? I'm 16, starting to find my way. Got a new job, gonna start at the mall today. Thank God I'm on my own for the first time. I'm 16, life is sweet when you're growing up so fast. You gotta make the good times last. I so badly wanted that to be my life. And then when I actually turned 16, I could not get a job at the mall. Actually, in the state of Maryland, there are, I'm sure in most states this exists, but there are like child work laws. And like at 15, I think it's the earliest you can start working. And at 16, I couldn't get a job anywhere, like for the life of me. And it was probably for the best because in high school, anyway, and I didn't have a car, patience, that would stop me from working somewhere if I could. But yeah, now that I'm an adult, I definitely still want to have my own store, and I do like designing. I do. I want to be good at it. So that's definitely something I'm going to continue working on as the year continues. I think I like making things with my hands. I didn't know that I would enjoy technical things as much as I do, but I do. About what we would be as adults, what we would be like and what we would do. I hope my child self is proud of me. What are some things that you enjoy as an adult that you didn't think you would be interested in when you were a kid? As a kid, I did like to craft and make things, but I don't think I was as into like technology and machines. Maybe those things go together. I wasn't a tinkerer. I should say that. Like, I can't take something apart and put it back together, but one time I did take apart my phone and put it back together to repair it. And ever since then, I've carried that as a badge of honor and pride. Now, I'm a mechanic, a phone mechanic, in an emergency situation. That's my hidden talent. What's yours? A bit tight. The circle is supposed to be flat. It's not supposed to curl. But we will stretch it, and it will not be curly when it goes on the head. It's going to be perfect. I'm not sure if I would ever block my crochet projects on live stream. I may try it. We may try to grow and expand to doing more than just crocheting on camera. We can look at other aspects of the crochet process. So in a world where I'm better at starting the hat and can do it faster, we will have finished the entire crown of this hat in a 1 hour long live stream. One thing I love about this granny stitch pattern is I can use it for different color variations. So I'm making a wide striped hat, but I can very easily make multicolor, you know, thin stripes. So maybe down the line, I can make different colors of this hat. You know, granny stitch is popular and so is bucket hat. So maybe this will be the signature item of my store. KayMarie granny stitch bucket hats. I have done it. I've completed the last white row of the crown. I cannot tell you how much energy I put into making this pattern so that the hat was seamless. I made one hat with it was just a design of passion. I just wanted to make something, you know, cool and cute that I like. And there was just a big crooked seam going down the back of it, and I just didn't like that. And ever since then, I was focused on making seamless crochet hats because a seam can be so ugly. Ends are so much easier to deal with when you weave them as you go along. I've made so many versions of this hat where I did not weave the ends as I went along. And I was just, oh my gosh, discouraged. I mean, finishing the trim of the hat was hard enough, but then I had to go back and weave a bunch of ends. Girl, no. Like, I already showed you my mannequin head that still has like ends that will not get woven. That hat's not for sale. It's definitely my favorite to weave ends with a crochet hook because you can just slip that baby in. Slide it through, and she's done. This you have to put forth a little more effort. But it's worth it. You know, we've got a nice, neat project. And I'm done for now. So let me show you where we are with it. Okay. Put this around. Okay. We've completely made the crown of the hat. It fits on there perfectly. We follow the pattern. It's looking good. See? See? So I'll see you next Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Subscribe and deplete your yarn stash. Thanks for watching. I'm Kay, and I'll see you next Wednesday.